I just want to give you guys evidence. Right now, I'm just going to show you the imagery. Have you watched this, Chewy? This is the Martha Fiona, the real woman. Look at the set. Look at the setup. Look at his wearing. How many dozens of staff he'd have for doing this, right? Like there'd be dozens of people working on the show. This is no longer a show that has journalistic endeavors. I'm going to show you a question from this interview that he does. So for you guys who have seen Baby Reindeer, this is the woman who they say is the real stalker, right? And she gets on his show. And I'm going to show you one question. They're talking about drinks. And did you get any free drinks in real life? And this is what they say.
It says in the show that you proceeded to return to the same pub time and again, but you never paid for a drink.
I don't drink alcohol. And
did you pay for anything that you had in the pub?
Lemonade or soft drinks.
Would he give you free drinks? Or?
No, absolutely not. This is sort of a depiction of me as a pauper who wouldn't stand around or stand a drink. It's nonsense.
So, very quick question, yeah? Just showing that little comment. Now, what I want to do is take you to a know-nothing, no-funded, no-anything internet dude, right? He did his due diligence and he went and investigated the claims. Piers Morgan has a team behind him and they didn't do enough research to find out what this internet sleuth found out in minutes, right? So she's just said, I didn't pay for any drinks. You'd think if you were setting up this interview, which was a world exclusive, which was one of the most important interviews, you'd do a bit of research. You'd track down some stuff that this woman said on her social medias. Piers Morgan did none of that. Internet sleuths, check this out.
As well.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Is it nonsense, though? Let's check out some of your Facebook posts and put it to the test. Now I understand why they say never accept a free lunch. In my case, free tea. Moving to London. Biggest regret of my life. Please consider if thinking coming here. I was in Richard Gadd company at the Arms, which he often gave me free drink. Dad stayed at a pub. He only worked at 1 or 2 days a week, paid cash in hand. He says he was stalked so bad his life was ruined. But he never left the pub and he constantly gave me free drinks. Okay, so there's her first lie exposed.
So, internet sleuth, no budget, no nothing, bit of time to look up her socials, found the answer that Piers Morgan on his show with dozens of people working on it, probably multiple researchers, wouldn't do. It couldn't be clearer that Piers Morgan's show is no longer a journalistic show, right? It's a bit like Plunkett. There is no longer journalism happening in that show. There is shock jock, there is talkback, there is interviews, there is no journalism going on. And I've just shown you an example in real time with those two guests, Corey Lewandowski and Tim Miller, and then shown you the evidence that they do no work, the most basic research they don't do when they've got a big interview coming up. And that's what I wanted to show people. Chewy, welcome to jump in. Your thoughts?
Maybe there's a mole in Piers Morgan's team who is saying that he's doing the research and he's just not doing the research, or he's just pulling guests that are just going to put Piers on the ropes and not let him off. Like, what was the guy's name? Tim. There's people in the comments saying that he's a Republican. Yeah, there's people in the. I'm not familiar with the guy, but
he was a
Republican.
No. He was a Republican. He was also a communications guy for Jeb Bush, so he was in the system. I think it was 2016 after Trump got voted in, and what he started doing, he rescinded his membership, so he's more of an independent now. But it would be fair to say he sits more on the conservative side, but he's not a Republican at the moment.
I just love seeing someone calling it what it was, the absolute fucking coup and a failure of decades and decades and decades of the transfer of power of the American democratic process is a huge thing. Like, they hold it up and they say very few countries have had the peaceful transfer of power for as long as the US have had. And Trump broke that. He caused a coup. Like, why is it even an option? Why is he there? It should be a fucking landslide.